Hi, my name is John Medlinskis. I'm here with Rashid Shaikh on Shake It Up with Shaikh. Today I will be hosting with our co-host, Rashid Shaikh. I first want to say I, John Medlinskis, am endorsing you for Selectman in Shrewsbury.
Thank you.
I've known you for much of my life in Shrewsbury. You've been a mentor, a friend, someone who I can call and talk to, not just about Shrewsbury community issues, but also personal issues. And you've been there every time when I ran for office, when I ran for town meeting. You've always been there. You have business acumen that I think we can use in this town for the better of Shrewsbury. You care about Shrewsbury just like I care about Shrewsbury. And I really think that's going to make you a great selectman in this town. I could not be more excited,
Thank you.
I don't know any better candidate that could run, and that's why I'm with you 110%. I'm so excited, Rashid. So thank you so much for having me on the show, and thank you for being there. And I hope to be there for you in this election.
No, thank you so much, John. It's very kind of you. It's really my pleasure. Honestly, it doesn't matter what the outcome of the election is. My election is this, right here. When our youth say what you said, that's the whole purpose, that you positively impact people's life, and especially our youth. A lot of our youth members are spending time, in the activities which may not be very productive. And, I'm so proud of you. And I honestly, like I said, I give, your example to my kids. I'm so happy that I was able to have a conversation and there whenever you need me. I mean, there are quite a few, I don't want to call them kids, but member of our youth who grew up around me. I love to interact with youth. And some of them call me uncle, some of them call me Mr. Sheikh, some of them call me Rich, some call me Rashid, whatever you call me. But, I am so proud that our youth come to me and talk to me, and they interact with me. They talk to me about their, personal matters, their school matters, what school they should choose, and a lot of time they come to me for building their resumes or getting some, network help, or getting some, even jobs help. I mean, there are a lot of people who are grown up now, going from Shrewsbury High School all the way to working in the industry. And I remember these guys, used to come to me when they were trying to select a school, and then they came to me when they were trying to build their first time their resume, and then how they build their network, and then they ask me how to find a job and interview, and how do I'm glad they're grown up now, they have their own kids. So it's really, that's what it's all about. And I greatly appreciate that you are giving back to community.
Thank you.
I mean, honestly, I feel motivated when I see a youth like you getting involved in the issues and taking the lead. The idea is, I mean, you guys take the lead and we support you. But in this case, you guys asked me to do this, and honestly, I don't want to do that for very long. I want to pass that baton to you guys. I want you guys to lead, and we support. And perhaps I would do whatever you guys need to do for a very short period of time, and then you guys take over.
I had some conversations with some residents who came to me and said, "Do you hear about this man running for selectman this year? I think his name's Rashid. I think it's Shaikh." And I said, "Yes, I know Rashid very well." And they said, "The thing I like about Rashid is I remember when he ran in 2007, correct?"
2009.
2009, my mistake. They said to me, "I like him because he looks at the detail of everything." Because they remembered that you looked at the budget, you read every single line item, and you saw savings for the town. And they said, "I like that thinking." So can you tell me a little about that?
Sure. So a lot of time, honestly, our leaders don't look at the nitty-gritty detail. Maybe they don't think it's important. I look at, I look at things a little bit differently. I believe that the job of selectmen is to set the vision, but also provide executional strategies to the town management. I'm not saying you get involved on day-to-day basis. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that if you're going to create a value, you come up with a model. And if you cannot really completely show the model and help execute, then there is no way that they're gonna be able to understand. See, you could, if a person has not eaten apple, and you can go and deliver a lecture on apple, how the apple tastes, and they have never tasted the apple, I assure you they will not understand what an apple tastes like. Now, I tell you, I remember even going to various contract negotiation exercises, and I actually developed a workshop because I used to do it. Now you can build policies and procedures, and then you can put in a book, you can put in best business practice, and you give it to people. It does not get executed and understood unless you actually sit with people and show them how to do it. So I take a pride in that I developed the management, the change leadership, who I was able to develop that model and show them. So I would build an actual workshop where I would have real vendor meetings. They come in, and then I have my local, if I went to North Carolina, and I have all the vendors from the surrounding area for that particular facility come over, and I have management over there too. And then I have a cross-functional management. I do not have just one manager. I have a cross-functional, from engineering to finance to other functions. I have them sit together. Even human resource management, I have them sit together, and then a lot of time people don't even communicate. A finance guy doesn't know what's going on in engineering, and engineering guy is thinking we can't do it because we don't have the budget. Well, when you sit together and openly you talk together, you first of all realize that, okay, well, I thought as a finance manager that we have an engineering challenge and we cannot go that way, but in reality, we could solve that problem if we sit together and we think differently. That's what I call creating value, that you have a lot of hidden potential, and you sit down and you talk about those hidden potentials, and then you sit with the vendors and they become your partners too. Now you have a much bigger corporation. And then when you sit together, you try to solve the problem, and then I help them do it, and then they do it in front of me. Now, not only I gave them an apple to taste, I not only explained them, but I gave them apple to taste, and they took a bite, and now they understand how the apple, look like, and how the apple tastes like. So it's important that you not only explain what the apple look like, but give people to taste it.
So I hear that your campaign is about change. How do you see yourself bringing change to Shrewsbury, not just with the youth, but throughout the whole of Shrewsbury?
So, first of all, change doesn't really, it's not a word. It's a lifestyle. And it does not happen until you believe in it. And change is not about everybody is really changing. What it is that it starts from you. You cannot be a change leader if you don't believe in that yourself, and it does not start from you. If you want to create a better interaction with people, you got to start from you. If you want to really create an out-of-the-box thinking, you have to be the living example of that out-of-the-box thinking. So I believe these are the kind of 4 steps. The first thing, if you want to do anything, you have to believe in that. Just like you believe in hierarchy, you believe in, God, you believe in other things, you have to believe in your convictions that you can do something. If you do not believe in your own convictions, there's no way it's going to happen. And so I believe you have to have a faith. So I say F. Then you have to have taken actions. You cannot just, have a faith and not take actions. You got to have the faith, you got to take actions. And then if you take actions, a lot of obstacles are going to come. You got to have a courage to sustain and to keep building the network. A leader is the one who actually, can make others see it. You have a vision, it's your job to make others see it. So you got to have the courage. You got to really be truthful to your message, and you gotta sustain. So what I believe is success is equal to facts, FACTS. Success is equal to facts, and then it's inversely proportional to being impatient. You gotta be patient. It's directly proportional to patience. So success is equal to facts on ground and patience. If you have patience and you take facts on ground, you succeed. So that's what the change is all about, that you gotta really follow these steps.
So with running for selectman, a lot comes up. Is there anything that keeps you up at night?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, my biggest worry is that every time we have an issue, we say, well, we don't have the money, so we gotta reduce the services. Or there would be another group say, you know what, we cannot reduce the services, we have to increase taxes. So these are the only two school of thoughts I have here, I've been hearing. And I may be a smaller percentage of those people who happen to think that I don't believe in any of those two slogans. You either reduce services or increase taxes.
Yeah.
Well, of course, if the only option is that you need to sell a bigger home and go to a smaller home, that might be a last resort, but that should not be our first resort. What I hear at anywhere and everywhere I go, okay, well, you know what, we can't afford these services, get rid of them. And the other group will say, no, I need this service, increase the taxes, I don't care. Okay, guys, is there another debate? What keeps me up is that why don't we have that debate? We do not have that debate. What I want to do is I want to spark that debate, that what can we do to increase our revenue without increasing taxes? There are other ways. I want to know that how can we get more value, better services, without really having to spend more.
Just like your slogan, get more for your tax dollars.
Yes.
And I have to say, and you're really creating a tug of war with those two schools of thoughts when it comes to reduce or raise taxes. It really divides the town sometimes. We've seen that in the past, and that's what hurts our community.
Right.
Which is, it's sad because we are a great town, and I'm so thankful to be born and raised here. So,
to tell you the truth, you know what, they're both right. They're both right. Yes, we do not want to sacrifice our services. We also do not want to increase our taxes. Now, if this is the only way, then I can understand that you got to really choose one battle. But have we really looked at any other way?
yeah, it should be last resort.
Have we looked at any other way? Now, let me ask an honest question. If you think your mortgage amount is too high, you just go and say, you know what, are you going to sell your house? Or do you really first think that, hey, is there any way that I can reduce my mortgage? Am I paying the right rate? Am I? I know many people who were paying high rate, and I was able to reduce their rate. Many of my neighbors. And I also know that some people say, okay, you know what, I wanna really make more money, but I need to just get, okay, is there any other way to increase your revenue stream? Is there a second job? Is there another potential? Should be you be getting? So before you say that you want to sell your house, or you want to, just find another job, see if there are any other ways to create more revenue stream or reduce your spend. And that's the debate, same debate we want to have in our town. I have not seen that debate. Have you?
I haven't.
You're a town meeting member. Have you seen that debate?
I haven't, and I think there are some times where there's other avenues to look as well. I mean, you mentioned the house when the mortgage is too expensive. Just like a normal person, is there spending like groceries that you can reduce it on? Is there other parts of the budget that we can look at that maybe we're wasting money that we can not cut, but see if we can renegotiate contracts?
So no, I mean, honestly, that's a good example. That's exactly what I'm talking about, that what people say, okay, I want to pay my mortgage, let's cut down the food, or let's cut it. I'm not saying that. That's exactly what I'm not saying. I'm saying, okay, I was going to buy from Wegman, and can I really look at Market Basket here? Can I get the same value? Can I get a look at the Whole Food? Can I look at Trader Joe? I'm not really vouching for any of those, but I tell you, I know that I can buy certain things from A store versus B stores, better quality and yet cheaper. It's my job to go out and we keep giving example of buying, but they're not just buying, they're also other services. I mean, e-government is another thing. Excuse me.
Yeah, no, I think that's great because the thing is, in the business world, it's all about, and the town should be run like a business. We hear that all the time at town meeting. It should be run like a business. If it should be run like a business, we should look at renegotiation of our deals in town, or look at other places that we can do instead of what we've been doing over and over
So
again.
in 2009, when I was, actually all the way to 2008, I started looking at the budget. Now I know that we have a good town. I'm not saying we do not have a good town. We have a great town. But Jim Collins said, good is the enemy of great. And then he also said, first who, then what? You gotta really look at who, then what? Put the right people in the bus on the right seats, then ask them, hey, where do you wanna go?
Yes.
Okay? If you do not have this concept that you wanna, if you think, oh, we are good, we are great. The moment you think about that, your growth goes away. You cannot grow anymore. You gotta continue looking at the continuous improvement. And that's what I'm talking about. We have a good town. So in 2008, excuse me, and we have a good town, we have a great town manager. But can we help him? Do we have even capability to help him? So that's what I'm talking about, that we build that capability right in the board, and there are major contracts. So I came up with 21 line items in the budget, 21 line items to save over $5 million.
Wow.
And taking from major contracts to major services to even talking about, we have Selco is great, but are we really looking at that? Are there any things we are leaving on the table which we haven't looked at because we're doing good? If we're making $5 million, does it mean that we cannot make 6 or 7?
Especially moving forward in today's economy.
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing different things. If we continue to do the same thing and put our eggs in one basket, we're not going to be successful down the road. And I think that as a millennial, that's what I look at, especially for Shrewsbury. It's about tomorrow, not today. Something we haven't touched upon is voter turnout in Shrewsbury. It's low every election except for presidential election. How can we get average residents who may not understand politics in town to get civically engaged in what's going on?
So John, I think that is a very tricky question. That's everybody's responsibility, and that's part of the reason we're probably doing this show. People watching at home, we encourage you. Like I said before, we only have less than 18% people vote in town election. We gotta have more people vote in the election. We gotta have more people. The last time in 2009, when I knocked a lot of doors, a lot of people didn't know what a town government does, what a town meeting member does, what a selectman does. So we have folks at home. We have 5 selectmen in the town. It's a distributed government. They set up the vision and they help the town to move into the right direction. We have the town meeting members who are members of the Legislative Assembly. We need to make sure that people are engaged, and we need to knock doors. We need to educate people through social media. We have a website, electshaik.com, electshaik.com.
And do you have a Facebook page?
We have a Facebook page called facebook.com/electshaik.
Great.
So it's elect, E-L-E-C-T, Shaik, S-H-A-I-K-H. So the whole idea is that we educate people to vote. It's the very basic thing you need to do. Especially town, more people vote in the presidential election, even though Town election impact your life far more.
It's more
It's,
important.
it is the election which decide about, how your trash is going to get picked up. Is it going to get picked up or not? How your police is performing, how your public safety is working, how's your fire department is doing, what are the budgets constrained, how your kids are getting educated. So far more issues are resolved which are impacting our life on daily basis. It's very unfortunate. Far fewer people vote in the election, in town election. So we gotta have 40 plus percent of our town residents vote. This is our goal. We want to double the voter turnout, and we're gonna do it with all these means. And I'm glad we have 5 candidates running this time.
Yeah.
It's not usual. More candidates run, and there are first time in Shrewsbury history we have more town meeting member running than the seats. A lot of times
That's
we have
exciting.
open seats.
Yeah.
We do not have it. We have a lot of people running, and that's going to increase the voter turnout. We really hope people come out and they don't sit home and say, you know what, there's nothing can be done. We don't have candidates. A lot of time we don't have candidates. We have uncontested election. This election, we have 5 good people running for 2 seats for selectmen. We have lots of town meeting member running. We have contested election. Please come, vote. It's everybody's responsibility, and it's our responsibility to keep educating people, keep knocking doors, keep motivating people through social media, keep motivating people through print media, to digital media. We're gonna reach out to you with all the means, and we hope you join our hands through website, through any means. And if you want to set up a town hall meeting, if you want to do anything, we are right there with you to educate and motivate people. And especially on the election day, we want people to come out and knock other doors and remind people, let's vote. And especially youth, they are the most critical and unattended section of our town. We need to educate and motivate them to come out, knock doors, and vote. And I hope you will do that, because we all will do it, but you need to lead that effort, because honestly, you give me a lot of momentum on that.
It's about giving back to the community. I think when people that are millennials, my age and even younger, from 18 up, when it's about giving back to your community that has done so much for you, you want to give back by voting. That's one avenue, because it shows that you care. Every time someone votes in the town, it shows how well of a town we are. And even if something's not contested, you should still vote.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
Because it's so important.
Agreed.
And it is exciting to see 5 candidates run, because it just shows the type of people that love this town like yourself.
Thank you.
So that's just exciting, and I look forward to seeing the progress along the way for the campaign. Can you tell me a little bit more candid where your favorite location in Shrewsbury is to go and just relax?
Yeah, well, I mean, there are a lot of good places in town.
Yeah. Favorite?
I honestly think I love, flowers and greenery and natural beauty. So I wish we have a botanic garden here. We don't have it, but the close to it is Dean Park.
Yes.
So I love going to Dean Park, having a nice walk, brisk walk. It's a beautiful place, and I think honestly, I would definitely vouch for some flower beds there if we could, and so more walking tracks, and we need to develop more facilities here. But again, I understand we have constraints. But a lot of time, there are a lot of generous people in town.
Yeah.
Who we need to, tap into. Matter of fact, another thing which I would say about the schools, we have great school system, excellent school system. And last time we talked about the school choice, and I explained that how I have up close and personal experience, because my kids go to public school, but I also helped develop a charter school. I was a vice chair of Advanced Math and Science Academy Charter School. But then I brought my kids back to the town because I think we learned a lot, and we implemented some of those good practices, like, for example, giving kids choice of their math and science classes. And so I think we can tap into a lot of industry. I used to work for NIPRO, and NIPRO had a great program with Clinton High School, where they provided all the infrastructure for robotics and other things. I want to tap into our local industry so we can get some resources from those folks. I also want to tap into a lot of my network who I know. I want to tap into it, and these guys want to come back to Shrewsbury. These guys live in Shrewsbury, but they work. They have their companies. They are the CEOs, founders of their companies, and they have business in neighboring towns. Why can't we entice those people? What can we do to improve our business policies, which can entice them? I mean, a lot of the workforce goes to Westboro from Shrewsbury,
Yeah.
and a lot of the business and business revenue go to Shrewsbury. Why can't we bring that here?
Yeah, no, I agree, because if we tap into those businesses, they want to give back.
Right.
And if, for example, the flower beds, we could reach out to local businesses that want to sponsor something like that, and it would just be beautiful.
Exactly.
Those partnerships, that's like business 101.
Right.
You want to give back, tap
And
into
the
it,
other,
bring it back.
the other thing, what we can do for businesses, just like Northeastern has an internship program, why can our school system be the Northeastern of this area? I understand that our kids are younger, but believe me, kids from 16 to 18, especially high schoolers, even 14 and up, they could do wonders. They're very educated. There's a lot or you can do nowadays with social media, with new economy. New economy is not all about 60-plus-year-old people. It's about youngsters. There are a lot of people. My son had just started a company, and he's doing fine, and he's only a college student. And the other one is in high school, and he built an app. So there's a lot of way you can generate economic engine and create value by really giving these guys opportunities. What I want to do is I want to develop this partnership with my network. I want to develop this partnership, and I want to really have this network working for the schools. And now we start industry school consortium, where kids are going to internship and they are learning of of the daily life and learning in the actual real life. Now we can provide a very, very cost-effective labor to the local businesses. That's good for them, and then we can provide internship, very valuable experience to our youth, and that would be good for them when they come out of the school. They are 18. Yes, they can go to colleges. We want them to go to colleges.
They're the best colleges.
But they would go to colleges. Love seeing this experience, and then also they can earn some bread as well. So that is 2 in 1.
Yeah, and I mean, the earlier it begins, the more you have on your resume to be more successful. And after you graduate college, we want kids, my generation, to come back to Shrewsbury. And the only way we can do that is to have great jobs right after college, and to start young with what you said, I think would be just wonders for the people in the high school, the kids in the high school.
I think that would be great. And at the end, what we want to say to people is that please get involved in our campaign, get involved with any campaign, and let's shake it up.
Thank you, Rashid Shaikh. The election is on May 2nd. Rashid Shaikh, pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
John. Okay, that was good.